streaming. Let's go to here. Okay. Hello guys, this is Dashing Foxie here, and I am live, I hope, because that's what I do sometimes. I'm live. Okay, let me just try to get everything going here. You know, you gotta tweet this out. Yep, tweeting it out. So, let's give me a second. Share. Boop. Let's see. I got too much. I should probably start doing this. Oh, I can't even spell Twitter right. Oh great. Okay, no. Too much stuff to do. Let's see, paste. Okay, there you go. So, we are here again. And you're probably wondering, oh my gosh, where have I been? I've been busy with work and stuff. So, yes, I am back, hopefully for good. Can't promise anything, but this is what happens when you're a working man. You can't really do all the stuff that you attended, but I'm here. So, on today's show, what are we going to be talking about? Coming out as a furry. Well, okay, so yes, I'll be talking about the age-old question. Should you come out as a furry? Would you come out as a furry? And if you do come out as a furry, are people going to be like, that's weird. That's just, you're awkward. You're weird. But that is the question that we're going to have today. So, we will be opening phone lines halfway during the show, so you can call in with your own experiences to prove to you that you can hear yourself this time on the show. I will play some music for demonstration because it's the same exact software as my phone. So let's get some free YouTube crap music. So if you can hear this song, you could probably hear yourself voice. So that's just a test. Hopefully you guys heard the song. Please comment if you heard the song, because if you did, then we're all good. So, now, coming out as a furry, it's a very interesting thing, because let's just start from the beginning. Let's start out, why should you come out as a furry? Now, the first question is do you want to? Now, depending on the situation, okay, so you have your personal life and you have your business life. My opinion is you should probably keep the two separate. So, on my personal life, yes, I come out as a furry. I usually go, hey, oh, by the way, I'm a furry. Yay! So, it really helps clear that weird factor whenever they see furry stuff on your phone, furry stuff, you know, in your room, furry stuff everywhere. So, personal life, in my opinion, you should make it public. Because if you don't, and then you go down the road, and you go, oh, well, what the hell is this? What the hell is that? Well, you can at least back it up saying, I'm a weirdo furry. Yay! You can even phrase it like that. I don't know. So, then there's the business life, in my opinion. You probably shouldn't come out as a furry in business life. Unless if it sneaks out or does anything like that. That's your business. They don't need to know. Now, the hardest part of not doing it at the business place is whenever you're going to conventions or you're going to different things. when you're going to different events, you can't go up to your boss and be like, I need time off for a furry convention. You can't really do that because, unfortunately, they don't know that you're a furry, and you don't want them to know that you're a furry. So you kind of go into the, gray zone when people are asking you, why are you going to Pittsburgh? See, that's the problem with not coming out as a furry. But in the same aspect, I feel like the business place is for business. So, making up an excuse. I'm going with my friend to see a hockey game. Ding! Or I'm going to, I don't know, just go on vacation there. I've always wanted to go there. But see, the problem with that is then you got multiple times that you're going, and then you're going, still want to go see it more. Yay! So, but again, that's your personal life. I would probably try to keep that separate. So, and I'll try to give some hints on, coming out as a furry to your bosses in a less awkward way. So you're not going, So, okay. So let's first start out with the personal life. So why is it an advantage to come out as a furry in personal life? Number one, if they're your true friend, they won't care what kind of person you are. If you're a furry, if you're a person who likes anime or anything like that. So it's really a good true friend test. That's what I always say to normal people. If you come out as a furry to normal people and they're like, oh, that's okay, cool. They'll probably ask you, what is a furry? And then you'll have to give them the answer of your own way. So, that's one benefit to coming out as from non-furry friends, because they will respect you more. You'll respect them more if they're okay with, you being a furry. Another benefit of coming out as a furry is, again, the awkward, they see you on a furry website. Oh, hello. But they see you on a furry website, and you can't really, justify, oh, well, I was doing it as a joke. No. You're not going to be able to get that same exact, response. So, the awkwardness, too. I got friends on Facebook that are, from a hockey team, and they look at my photo going, what the heck's that? So, I had to just explain to them a brief summary of what furries are. I just like to be a furry, and I like to do stuff. Yeah. So, really, it creates less awkwardness if you tell them straight from the beginning. Because we're human, or, animals to humans. It becomes awkward after a while if you don't tell them and then they figure out. And, sometimes even if you do come out as a furry and, down the road, you end up finding somebody else who you didn't know was a furry, who was a normal friend to you. That is a very, I've had that happen once so far, that I was like, oh yeah, I'm a furry. And then they were like, you are? I am too. And then true instant connection because we started talking about it. So, sometimes coming out as a furry is more beneficial for everyone than keeping it a secret and bundled up. Now, for your parents, okay, so this is the one that really kind of got me on this topic. I've seen a lot of parents out there who, say, oh, those furries, all they do is... Okay, so I'm going to try to tell you in the way that I told my parents. I didn't just walk into the room and go, I'm a furry! And then they were like, what the hell's that? And then started yelling. No. really the key word here is timing. When are they going to be at their most relaxed? I mean, if they're a person, if they're people who aren't really familiar with furries or aren't supportive of furries, when is the perfect time? So what I like to do, especially with parents, is when are they at their most relaxing time and when are they at their most accepting time? Okay, so when I did it, I went into the discussion, gotta call it a discussion, as basically, hey, I am a furry, I like to see people dress up as animals, and then they saw my suit. Because I tried to do it before I got my fursuit because I wanted to make things less awkward. The less awkward you can make it, the better chances of them understanding. Because if you civilize conversation with somebody, you have a better chance of getting your point across and getting, them to more accept it. Then instead of coming out with a fursuit going, I'm a furry, and then all of a sudden they start raising hell going, how much was that? Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? You spent $3,000 on a suit? Oh my gosh, what am I doing with my life? So, yeah, have a have a conversation with them. They're an adult. You're an adult. Or even if you're a kid, they're an adult. Talk to them. Tell them what are the benefits. Having more friends. When I started this fandom, I literally told my parents the very first thing I said. Well, I kind of didn't do that, but I went kind of like this. I kind of said, I'm having trouble making friends, so I'm gonna start this furry fandom. And then they go to the question, what's the furry fandom? And of course my dad looks up what furries are, and then he's kind of like, ugh. So Google is not going to be your best friend here. Google is going to be the worst of best friends, because Google will take you to these websites that are bad and probably not what you kind of want to, do. So, Google's kind of an enemy here. So, if they do pop up on Google and they go, oh, what's this? This is dirty. This is dirty stuff. Okay, so calm down and tell them, exactly the truth. There's a percentage of the furries that are like that, but I'm not one of them. Even if you probably could be. But if you are, that's fine, but don't tell them. Don't tell them, yes, I have wild fun. No, don't do that. That's wrong. You're gonna make them even more scared, and you're gonna either get kicked out, because you can get kicked out as being a furry. So just try to relax, have an adult conversation, and be the person that everybody wants to talk to. Don't be a person who's like, oh, I'm a furry, and then start jumping off the walls. Okay, so it's gonna get more confusing like that. Okay, so now this is the tough one. This is the tough one of all the tough ones. Is coming out. So we'll go back to our personal life a little bit later, but right now, you're in school. Okay, you're in your job. Not unless if you work by yourself, like somebody I know out there, and in your room, you're going to be interacting with people all day. You're going to be at school every day, and or at your workplace, whatever. So do you have to come out as a furry in your workplace? You absolutely do not. But if you do want to come out, my very first suggestion would be plastering stickers on your workplace or plastering stickers on your folder. Now, see, what this will do is it will get you a sense of whenever you do feel like coming out, you could show them the sticker and be like, hey, this is what furries are. Or it might engage somebody to be like, are you one of those furries? Because I'm one of those too. So literally what I would say to do is I would put up, signs, as I would like to call them, You know how, like, you have your sign in your car and you're driving and then you see your check engine light? You're like, oh, crap, my check engine light's on. Do it for people, but for furry-related things. Like, first start out with on your cubicle or on your desk, slap a magnet or a sticker, or one of those, you can get them at conventions, but one of those mouse pads, and then just do it furry, but not like an adult furry, no, not safe for work, but like, just like one of those regular things. It will give them the opportunity to be like, hey, I like your thing. And then maybe, if you trust the person enough and, you're okay with it, maybe you can tell them that, hey, yeah, I got this at a convention, and they're going to come up with what kind of convention. You're going to say furry, and they're going to be like, what? But that's perfectly fine. You could do it that way. So give your chances on, having small hints if you do want to come out of furry in the workplace. Now, another way is to introduce it, not really like through video. Don't go like, hey, guys, come over here. You got to see this furry video because I'm a furry. No, don't do that. Don't rush into it. Have more of the open conversation when you're talking. Like, oh, yes, I hear that you're into anime. Well, hey, I got something in common. I'm a furry because I like to go to conventions too. So what it does, it brings two people that normally won't be together. And that's kind of what you want to try to do. You don't want to try to, collide with the person, or if you hear somebody in the work office place talking about furries in a bad way, like, don't try to intercept, maybe this is the time where you'd be like, okay, maybe I should tone it down. But, like, don't try to, incept and be like, furries are the best, how dare you? So, those are a couple, ways that you want to try to just, relax, calm down. Because, again, nobody's going to judge you unless if they're a judger. And 90% of the times people are okay with you coming out as a furry, but they don't want you to be talking about it. There's certain times where you should talk about being a furry, especially at the workplace when not everybody might not be a furry. So a perfect example would be too, if you want to come out as a furry but you're kind of like on the motion of it, is test the waters first, say something that you're into, like, oh, I really love dogs, because you're always going to see those people who have, like, all the pictures of their dogs, and they see, like, 40 different type of things, try to get a common interest, and maybe you can talk about it, maybe you can't. Test the water. We have all the hugs for Dash. Thank you, Max, I appreciate that. But again, the workplace, in my opinion, is the workplace. You probably shouldn't come out of the furry then. Unless if you accidentally, see it on your phone or see it, somewhere that is an accident. The workplace is a workplace, not a furry zone. So I would definitely recommend, if you are working and you have, you have a working relationship, don't go into it and start yelling, I'm a furry at the top of your lungs. As for the vacation thing, just tell them that you're going there to, see a friend, Like, don't completely lie to them, If you go there and you say, hey, boss, you don't want to be like, I need off for Anthrocon. They're just going to look at you going, what the hell is Anthrocon? But, just give the list of dates and be like, oh, yeah, I want to see a couple friends that I have there. You're not completely lying. I mean, you're going to see furries that you really, truly care about, and, you're friends with them. But you also don't want to come out as being a weirdo who goes to conventions and stuff like that. Now, in this same aspect, too, when you're planning your furry conventions and, during the workplace, try to be, try not to go to every convention too. I'm just going to tell you that because people don't like that. So just try to spread them out. You know, you're an adult. You know what to do. Okay, as for school. Now, school is a different story. Actually, I was one of those idiots who was like, yeah, I'll come out as a furry in school. Yeah, I'll be a weirdo. Yeah. So what I did for school is I tried to find a group that might accept me more. And I kind of came out with my group of friends. It's not like I came out to the whole school and like started yelling and jumping and wearing a fursuit. No, I didn't do that. But, okay, maybe I did a little. I kind of did that more for the brony thing. Probably not the greatest thing to talk about as bronies, but whatever. So, what really happened was I had a group of friends, and we were basically in like a chess club. It's kind of like get together. We're all friends. Hello, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. So, one day somebody was talking about like something that was like a convention related. They really wanted to go to a convention. And I was like, oh yeah, that's really cool. So I kind of not inserted myself into the conversation, but just talked about it too. And I inserted the word furry. I was like, I really want to go to a furry convention. And they're like, okay. So now everyone is going. Oh, it sounds low and quiet. Why the heck does it sound low and quiet? Why? Why do you do this, computer? I tested out all the audio. I did everything right. And why is it low and quiet? I really hate this. I tested out all the audio. It shouldn't be low and quiet. It says it's going pretty good. Yeah. It's not low and quiet. It shouldn't be low and quiet. I tried fixing it. Oh, I swear to God. These technical difficulties have got to stop. I got to find somebody to help me out with the show. I can't do this show alone, people. I'm trying to do it alone, but unfortunately, it's whatever. Well, whatever. I love your suit so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. I can hear you loud and clear. Thank you, Dex. I appreciate that, Shep. You're a great guy. Keep up the good work. So, whatevs. Let me continue on and keep talking. But that's kind of how I introduced it to school. Don't know how many people go to school out there. College is probably one of those weird situations too. But whatevs. Shoot. Now I kind of lost my train of thought since he said the sound is low. Now, okay, whenever you're coming out as a furry too, you also have to approach it as, I wouldn't say a lifestyle. Because I don't think furry is really like... furry to me, now this might be like different to everybody else, and you know, you might have your opinions. Write in the comments. Is it a lifestyle? Is it not a lifestyle? You know? Because I want to hear from your opinion. In my opinion, it's kind of like a hobby. Being a furry is a hobby. You know, you don't do it all the time. You don't go out to the street, you know, driving your car going, hey, Bob. That's not really a lifestyle. You know, why you're in fursuit. You know, you do this probably 10 times out of the year. Maybe even more, maybe less. I know I do it because I have a fur meet I run, and I do like all this other stuff. So I don't think furry should be considered a lifestyle, in my opinion. I feel like that furry should be considered like more of a hobby, and also, well, fursuiting's more of a hobby, but like, you know, you don't go up. No, there's people out there who, you know, kind of like throw in references in everyday life, and then that kind of makes it weird. Don't do that. I'm going to tell you right now, don't do that. Don't be the guy who goes in there and starts referencing, you know, all these furry things when you're with non-furry friends. Because the furry friends the non-furry friends are going to like, it's going to go over their head. And then they're going to think, oh my gosh, these furries are so annoying. When, you know, they don't have to be, you know. Like, don't go, ooh, what's this? You know, because they're not going to get that. You know, just keep the furry stuff to like your furry friends and in your chats. And also too, that will help out, you know, with people maybe not less like looking at you going, oh no, is that guy on drugs? That guy's on drugs. So let's see if we have any comments. And let's see, I love the suit so much. Thank you. let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, wait. It's my bad. The audio was down. Ha ha! It wasn't my fault this time. So, in your face. But, really, is furry a lifestyle? I could have a whole episode on that. But, like, to me, furries aren't really a lifestyle. You know, maybe a future show we'll get more into furry conversations like that. But, coming out as a fur doesn't have to be scary, you know. That's why whenever you talk about something that you're both interested in, you know, you should be able to voice your opinion. Now, if you don't want to come out as a furry, that's perfectly fine too. And I'm going to keep saying that the whole throughout the show because not everybody's comfortable with that. Not everybody's at that comfort level of, I want to come out as a furry to all my friends and we're going to make it the best time in the world. Not always going to happen. Because if that would always happen, then every furry in the world would tell you that you're a furry without any problems, without any sort of, you know, fighting about it. So, the question is, oh, okay, let's see. See if we have any more comments here. I just saw a big comment. You are right. Being a furry is a hobby. Of course we don't dress like furries every day. But we live regular lives and it's more like having a special occupation of dress, which actually is true. While a con, like at a con, I can't read in this fursuit. I'm trying to read in it. That is usually the time when CNA be furry and at cons and other furry friends. Yeah, okay, so that's what you know, to your furry friends, you're your furry friends. There's a different level of people. Like, I have my furry friends and I have my non-furry friends. You know, my furry friends are on a different tier than my non-furry friends. Because we have more in common, our furry friends, than really anybody else. Like, if you could think of your life, you know, of your normal friends and your furry friends, those are on two different levels. You know, furry friends, you usually have a lot in common, you know. I have problems talking to people. Hey, look at that, my furry friend does too. Hey, I have problems, you know, well, not problems, but I really like video games. Hey, my furry friends do. Now, I'm not saying regular friends can't be like this. You know, you'll have your regular friends who, you know, are about the same, but they're not furry. But you don't have that, like, special communication with them. You know, I've done this before, and it's kind of embarrassing. But, you know, have you ever, like, accidentally typed to one of your non-furry friends, and then you write an asterisk, like hugs, and then asterisk, and you're like, oh, crap, I didn't mean to send that. And then they're like, what? So, you know, you have a different connection when it comes to furry friends. And, like, I gotta stop saying the word like, but the whole entire thing is that they're just on a different level, you know. Now, furry friends sometimes like to RP, and non-furry friends, you know, if they see that, they'd say that's kind of weird, you know. So, there's just a lot of differences in both departments. And, you know, non-furry friends are good. Like, the ones I play hockey with, they're great people, you know, they're great guys. You know, after every game, we get along and we talk and stuff. Now, furry friends, if I had, like, a lot of furry friends around me and we would talk a lot, which I do have some, but, like, I don't talk with them every day. But, our conversation would be completely different. Like, oh, what convention are you going to next? Instead of, oh, how's your shop doing? Like, I have a friend who's really into, you know, card games and stuff. And he knows I'm a furry, but, you know, we don't talk about furry things. We usually just talk about, you know, like, different things. So, there's a different level of furry friends and, like, normal friends. So, I'll always get that, too, because coming out as a furry doesn't mean that you could talk to your normal friends as a furry, and your non-normal, like, your furry friends as a furry. You can't really, like, mix them. Like, it's just, because not everybody's going to get that reference because they're non-furries. If that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense in some world. I suck at explaining things sometimes, but in my opinion, that's like, there's a difference in like tone too. Like, not just tone, but on the way you act around furry friends too, you know. Whenever you are around furry friends, you're more likely to give them a hug, you know. When you're around normal friends, you're usually giving them a fist pump or giving them some sort of indication that you're, you know, good friend, man, good guy, you know, as they're, you know, knocking fists. So just remember that next time you're with normal friends and you try to say like a furry thing, be like, okay, guys, these guys aren't really furries, so I'm not going to I'm going to scale it back on the furriness. You know, you don't want too furry. You don't want to go too furry. You know, so let's see if we have any other comments here. Hey, I mean, yeah. That actually is doing a cat smile. Oh, okay. Very good, Dashing. Different tries. LOL. Okay, that's cool. Hello, crooks. Hi there. I'm just seeing if there's anything else. Most of my furry friends, and maybe later too, normie friends. Okay, so maybe instead of, you know, going out and full-fledging, you know, the normal friends, that's another thing. Don't, you know, I don't really like the furry who tries to get non-furries into the furry fandom. Like, now if you can see if there's like a spark of interest and, you know, you can tell that they're talking a lot and, you know, they're really interested, that's fine. You know, try to tell them about furry conventions and try to talk to them, you know, going, yeah, if you're really interested, you can go to this website, this website, this website. But don't be that guy who goes, are you going to get into the furry fandom? Dude, are you going to get into that furry fandom? I really want you to be a furry. Don't do that. Don't be desperate. Not desperate. I talk like a fox sometimes. But really, because it doesn't really lead you into a good friendship, because you're constantly telling them what to do, and nobody likes to be told what to do. You know, if your parents told you, hey, you probably shouldn't be a furry, that doesn't mean you're going to stop being a furry. You're actually going to go more furry out, because you're, you know, there's something in the human body, in my opinion, that I've noticed in my life, that every time that you try to tell me to do something, I rebel more. It's kind of like an open window of like rebellion. You have to do it. So that is one thing that, you know, don't try. Just because you're coming out as a furry doesn't mean you need everybody else to be a furry so you too can live a happy life. No, you don't need everyone to be a furry. Not everyone's going to be like you. So I wish people would get that point, because there's some people out there like the person I usually have on, Winston T. Wolf. He does that a lot, you know. He tries to convince these people who are non-furries. Like, I understand, you know, it's cool that you're proud to be a furry, but you don't need to scream it at the world, you know. You don't have to scream that you're a furry to the world. You know, if it comes up in conversation, that's fine, but you don't have to scream it. There's no obligation for you to yell at the top of your lungs saying, I'm a furry, everyone love me, because I especially hate that when we're at like restaurants too. It's like, you don't need to make it a scene. You know, if it comes up in conversation, that's fine. Like, you know, especially when I do like fur bowls or do like different things like that, it's perfectly fine to be like, oh yeah, we have a fur bowl, you know, because that's part of a conversation. But like, to go up to random strangers and be like, you want to see my fursuit? Ugh, like, I don't like that. I feel very uncomfortable when that happens. Like, I don't want to be uncomfortable. You know, I feel like I want to be comfortable and I want to be talking about it when I want to talk about it. And I know you probably have those friends who do that, and that's perfectly fine. You know, everyone's different in every term. But, you know, before going out with that friend, be like, I want to keep the furry thing on the DL. And if they respect you enough, then they probably should, you know, keep your furry, like, identity on the DL. You know, So just don't always, you don't always have to share it to the world. And there's people out there who don't like sharing it to the world. So have common courtesy. Don't be the guy who gets them out of the closet because, you know, you want to yell it and say, he's a furry too. You know, if they want to yell it, that's fine. But don't, like, get me involved. Don't do it. Because that makes me that puts me right on the spot. And I don't like being put on the spot, people. Like, being put on the spot is, like, terrifying. Especially when it comes to, like, things that are not in, like, the norm or not, like, anywhere like that. Don't put me on the spot. Oh, or people who vape and always talk about it. We get it, you vape. That's true. Because, like, there was that was, like, a whole fad at one point. But, like, I feel like the fad that, you know, furries are a thing and they're starting to really trend online. Like, look at all these people who are online and they're furries and they're starting to get, like, 250,000 people watching. And, you know, subscribers are going up and all that stuff when it becomes more mainstream. You don't have to talk about it, you know. You don't have to, I don't come on my show to, you know, be like, oh, I'm a furry, and then, like, get everyone on board. I really don't. I just talk about things that, you know, furries that would know. And, you know, people that might want to become a furry someday, it'll help them in the future. You know, I don't brag that I have a fursuit or anything because there's no point of bragging because me and you are the same exact person. We're both equal and we're both, you know, trying to make it in this world. Which tends to happen. But that's one thing that really just ticks me off is when I see people do that. So don't be one of those people, you know. Have respect for the person. Don't talk about it unless if they want to talk about it. Ask them first if they want to come out of the furry. Now, you'll get these normal people who, you know, that don't understand it. And again, Google is not your friend in any form and fashion as being a furry. Because the very first thing they type in as furry, they're going to see some sort of, unless if they have the clean blocker on, they're going to see some sort of, like, you know, dirty picture and stuff like that. So what I would do is try to explain it in the best way possible so they don't have to Google it. Try not to get them to Google it if you're coming out of the fur, because a lot of times it's just, that becomes a problem within itself. So, you know, have a normal conversation. Don't yell it. Don't scream it. Don't, like, go, now you're going to respect me because I'm a furry. No, don't do that. Don't start yelling at the top of your lungs going, he doesn't respect me because I'm a furry. Because it's not everybody's cup of tea. It's not. You know, you're going to find people that do hate it. You know, that's fine. You know, haters going to hate. That's what they always say. So don't be part of the group that gets peeved because they don't see the same exact thing as you see. And that's why I always try to say, hold on, getting hot. That's why I always try to say, if you're not comfortable with it, don't share it. Especially in the workplace. Don't share it. Okay, at home, fine. But at the workplace, it's going to be a little bit different. Because you get those type of people, you know, who say that. I don't even say that anymore. Hold on. Oh, it's really hot in here. Should have turned on the air conditioner. Probably would have been a good thing. So, right now, I'm going to take a second break. I need to get water in my system. Because if I don't get water, I'm going to pass out. But right after I come back, I'm going to put on some music for 2 minutes. Gonna go get water, gonna come back with a re-edgerized person. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take your phone calls right after it. Okay? I have no local sponsors. This video has been sponsored by Furries. Coming out, not coming out. Furries. We're cool, bro. Yeah. But even if there is no, like, furry app, like, there's furry apps, but... Okay, so I'm going to play some music, and I'll be right back. I'm going to get a drink, and then when I return, we'll take some phone calls. Hopefully, we get some phone calls. So, play some music. It's terrible music, but it's music. I'll be right back. Okay, guys. Okay. Let me turn off this music, because it's probably terrible. YouTube music. The bane of everyone's existence. But it's free, so I can actually play it without getting it monetized. Yippee! Okay, so. Okay, I am back. And what we're going to do, I would like to... I'm going to start giving the name to the phone call segments, because I really need to come up with a name that is cool and hip. You know, God, boy, or should I say what the kids say, lit, whatevs. So, my number, darn it. Okay, my number is 717-839-3684. You can hop onto the show, you know, give me a comment, you know, what are people really thinking about? You know, there's people out there, you know, who want to come out as a furry, but people don't know how to come out as a furry. So, you can go ahead and tell me your story. We could talk about it. Let me put the contact on the thing. 717-839-3684. Okay. There you go. That is the phone number. Again, call in. You know, we'll have a good talk. Maybe I should make this segment furry telephones. No, maybe not. What would be like a really good like thing for this? Telephone it up. No, that sounds stupid. But if you can't call me through the phone line, you can call me through other sources too. I have a Telegram. You can call me at hold on. It's at dashingfoxie. You can call me through Telegram. We can have a nice conversation through Telegram. If you do not have a reliable phone line, you can call me through Telegram. So let me go to here, and I will put in my Telegram too, if I can see my... Okay, it's... Darn it. Ugh, I hate it. I hate being a fursuiter in typing. It is not good, dog. Okay, so this is my Telegram too. So if you want to call me, you can. And you can do it on Telegram as well. So that's my Telegram. You know, I will be right here. The phone works. I can show you, and I have proof that the phone works if you did listen to the music. Oh, I got a phone call. See? Okay. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. How about you?
I'm doing good too.
Okay.
So, I'm the first one to call on your stream. I'm guessing, right?
You're the what?
I'm guessing I'm the first one to call on your stream, right?
Yep, for tonight. You're the very first caller tonight.
Okay. Hello guys, I'm Moon the Blue Fox. But you can call me Mike or Moon or Michael.
Okay, Mike. Okay, so what's up?
Nothing much really.
Okay, so what is your furry story like coming out of the furry?
My story was it's a bit sad, okay? So don't cry, okay?
Okay, I won't cry.
I've been through a lot. I've been abused. I've been through a lot of stuff. Like, my dad died. Like, I started rapping from a depression. That helped a lot. But I decided to, see if there's anything else. Because, like, my voice was starting to hurt from rapping so much. So I discovered the furry fandom.
Okay.
I joined it mainly because the people in this fandom are just flat out amazing. Honestly.
Okay. It is an amazing community. You know, I do enjoy, you know, everything about this community. It's very fun. It's very exciting. You know. So did you all? I mean, did you? You seem pretty young. Have you told your parents about it yet?
Yeah. Yeah, well, actually, they found out, but I had to explain to them. It was a painfully long. It was a really painful conversation. It was so hard to explain.
Yeah, it is pretty hard to explain, furry
Yeah.
fandom. It's kind of a weird thing to talk about. Oh, I like dressing up as animals. So you really can't just like yell it out to the crowd. What about? So I'm guessing you're in school too, right?
Yes, I'm 13 years old.
Okay, so you got into the furry fandom the same exact time I did. Now, did you tell any of your classmates?
Yes. I lost a lot of friends, but the ones who didn't, I deeply appreciate. The ones who didn't ditch me are the people who I appreciate a lot.
Well, cause see and like I was saying earlier to people, the true friends that you have will keep you no matter what. They might think it's
Yeah.
weird, but they'll keep you, and you'll be good friends. But see, you haven't reached the age yet, though. You haven't reached high school yet, and high school is a little bit more judgmental about everything. I'm just gonna warn you about that now.
And I'm pretty darn sure that I know. I know. Mainly because I I actually have a few high school friends who I came out to. So yeah.
Well, that's cool, but let's be careful about that. I came out as a furry, and everybody looked at me weird, and I'm a person who don't give a crap about anything.
Me. All I have to do is insult my dead dad, and I'll cry.
Oh, well, but I'm sorry about your father, though. I mean, it's never a good
It's
thing.
okay.
Yeah,
It's okay.
but yeah, no, I'm glad that you came out, and I'm glad that you still have friends, who appreciate you.
Yeah. I guess. I still make if you're wondering, I still make music to this day. I still make music.
Okay.
Sometimes, you know, honestly,
Well,
if I could beat anyone, it would be either you or Odin Wolf. And I mean, in person.
oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So
And maybe Ace of Hearts Fox. Maybe.
I don't know. I've never met him. I have not yet met him. I met Odin. Odin was kind of, I don't know. I really didn't get a good sense in the guy, so I can't really say too much bad about him or anything like that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. So, but anything else you want to add before we end our talk?
Everybody subscribe to this guy's channel. Subscribe to his channel.
Now you're making me blush. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
If I had $1 million, I'd donate at least half of it.
Oh, gee, boy. Now I even feel worth. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. That is. I'll see ya.
I'll see you in the comments.
Yep, I will be talking. Okay. Well, that was a very good guy. I mean, Moon. That really was that was heart touching. I feel like crying right now. I'm sorry about his father, and it's a hard thing, to lose somebody that you really love. But it's really hard. But that's one reason why I love this furry community. It's very accepting, and a lot of people come in it through hardship, or they come in it through different sources of different places, and and even that guy, he was rapping and he was doing all this other stuff. I'm really glad to hear him that he's got through it, and I'm glad that he has friends that really accepted being a furry. Not too many people do that sometimes. So just great guy. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Oh, do I have another caller? I think I do. Oh my gosh, I got 2 callers in the same exact time. Hello? Hey, what's up?
Hey, it's Avera. How you doing, everyone?
Hi, Avera. How's my person who keeps my comments looked at?
I'm doing all right.
That's
Okay.
good. It's good. So,
All right. So, I got a pretty funny story here.
okay.
So I've been friends with this guy for years. I mean, like we're neighbors. You know, we grew up together since we were like 5,
Okay.
and we both work at the same store. So a few years ago, maybe like I don't know, 2014 or something. Like I don't know how this came up. But, like we were just both talking about artwork, and he was like, "Oh, I found this website I really like called Furry." And then I was like, "Oh, Furry, you say?" Because I already had an account on there, and he didn't know. And this was like before I had a fursuit, and before I went to conventions or anything. Like I wasn't super big into it, but I was still a furry though. So I told him, and he's like, "Wait, really?"
Oh.
And I was like, "Yeah, dude." So he's like, "I think I might be one too."
Oh.
And a few months later, we both went to our first convention together, which actually was FAU, back when they were still in New Jersey.
Oh, okay. Cool. So,
Yeah, so it's weird, like, because like we were both coworkers, and he was one of my normie friends, but it just so happened that we stumbled upon the same interests pretty much at the same time. So I thought that was pretty cool.
and see that's what I as for your case, which it kind of like interacts to the nature of it. You get like a friend that you don't know who's a furry, and all of a sudden they're talking about furry things, and then you're talking about furry things, and see,
Yeah,
it's kind of one of those things that that kind of like happens, and it happens a lot more than you'd think. Like I've had that happen a couple times, but like that where you know and you didn't really force the conversation. You let him talk about it first, which is great. You know.
yeah. Like I said, I don't know how it came up because like I draw and paint and stuff, and like he knows that. I think we were talking about like Magic the Gathering and like artwork and stuff, and he just brought up, yeah, I saw for eternity. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Let me tell you something. And yeah, it just worked out that way. It was pretty cool.
So what now? The one thing that I have though, does all your other coworkers know about it?
At the time, like I don't work there anymore, but like
Yeah.
I really didn't like talk to too many of them. Like we were not on that kind of level. It was a place where a lot of people like come and go, and half of the people there that they spoke a different language, so I didn't really connect with them too much.
Oh,
Plus,
okay.
like my friend and I both worked there, and like so we kind of just hung out, for the most part.
Oh, okay. Cool. Cool. Now,
Oh, but here's another funny thing though. Like a couple years later, when the friend I'm talking about, when he got a fursuit, he actually went into the store in his fursuit, and our boss recognized him because of his shoes.
oh,
Then he had, like, I don't know why he did that. Like, I'm like, dude, like, what are you thinking? He's like, oh, I just thought it'd be fun. Like him and like a couple other people, like they were just driving around in fursuits for some reason. I don't know. And then the boss was like, "Oh, I saw you in the store yesterday." He's like, "What are you talking about? I wasn't working."
oh, wow. So,
Yeah, but he was fine. He didn't get fired or anything. But I highly recommend not doing that.
see, I highly recommend not doing that too. Not only is it kind of like a weird experience since your boss now knows that you're a furry, it kind of like goes into the territory of, Johnny, I saw you had that fursuit. We have a
Yeah,
like I didn't do it when I was in. They knew I had it, but I didn't show it. It was like
yeah, of course.
yeah, cause
Well, like you said before, like be subtle with it. Like have little stickers or something. Or
yeah, it's a very good idea. Now, what about your parents? How did you come out to your parents or?
Yeah, it was actually pretty easy because they already knew that I was kind of like a big nerd anyway, and like it's funny, like my mom's brother, so like my uncle, he goes to like Renaissance fairs and he dresses up in cosplay. So I told him it was pretty much like that, and they're like, oh, okay, so it's just like what your uncle does at Renaissance fairs.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
like, kind of, yeah. I mean, like you make up your own characters and stuff, but it's pretty much, like you go to a convention and stuff, and some people dress up, some don't. And it's they sell like merchandise and whatever. They have events, and they're were totally cool with it. They're like, oh, that sounds kind of fun.
Well, yeah, I mean, it usually is, that's a great way to do it, you know. Compared to somebody who else dresses up, and, you know, that's a great point. You know, you should always probably do that, because if you have something to compare it to, it makes people less go, what are you talking about? You know, into actually talking about stuff, you know, that's similar to something that somebody else did. So that's a very good point.
Yeah, that's why I compare it to Renaissance fairs sometimes, you know, because everybody knows what that is. And it's not really that weird. I mean, yeah, it's a little nerdy, but, like, whatever. I mean, everyone knows, oh, sometimes, you know, you dress up as a knight in shining armor and you go to a Renaissance fair. You know, that's just what people do.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that's a good way to explain it sometimes.
It's a great way to explain it. It makes it easy, straight, and to the point. That's what I always like to hear. So, but yeah, no, very interesting stories. I'm glad that you found somebody out there in your workplace that you can have a common interest with. So, yeah, no, great story.
And now we go to cons all the time together. It's great.
Oh, that's great. That's even better. You get to share the experience with somebody that's a good friend of yours. Great to hear.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not a lot of people get to do that. So, it's great to hear. So, oh, it's certainly. Go on.
What?
No, go on.
Oh, I was gonna say I'll let you get back to your show now because I have to go actually.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to call in, and I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a dashing night.
You too, dude.
Yep. Bye. Okay, well, that was a very interesting caller. Went to work. Didn't know he had friends at work that were furries. Interesting, you know, and, you know, that tends to happen a lot. You'll be surprised how many furries are out there and how many people you don't know is a furry until they either approach you or you accidentally approach them, you know. And that's where, you know, I have to agree, like with the stickers, you know. You get the stickers, you put them on your desk, you know, you have something that was literally, you know, it got you a common interest. And that's the key word. You want to try to find a common interest with these people. Just because, you know, if you, like him, you know, if you come out as a furry and it's not that scary and you know somebody who else is a furry, you know, why not talk to him about it? Very, very good story, you know. Simple hints really do it. And for that case, the guy came up to him and said, hey, I think I'm a furry. Oh, cool. You know, so I've had that happen a couple times. Let's see if we have any comments here that we can, you know, talk and maybe reflect. Let's see. We have, subscribe to Dashing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Do that more. Now you're making, oh, okay, let's see. Boop the snout. Wow. Don't do that. My snout's precious. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. Oof. How old are you? I am 24 and on the door. I don't know. I was trying to rhyme one like my age just because it sounds a little bit better. Let's see. We have, here's Anthrocon DTL regarding the fandom. If you are an adult, you still, okay, so very interesting stuff going on there. I'm seeing some sources. You know, sources are usually good. You know, I'll be on the test later, so make sure you're pasting those sources. Okay, so again, if you want to call in, my phone lines are now open. We already had 2 fun callers. One pretty sad and one, you know, the other one, you know, he was very nice and he found somebody who was a furry. What is your coming out? Like, you know, when did you come out as a furry to your friends or at your workplace or, you know, even like casually, you know? Now, I know you probably didn't come in there and start yelling it to the heavens, you know, saying, I'm a furry, I'm the best thing there is. No, don't do that. But, you know, there's always furry experiences that you had that you didn't know your best friend was a furry or you didn't know that one of your coworkers was a furry. So if you want to call in, my phone number, let me write the phone number again, 717-839-3684. You can give me a call. We could talk more, you know, or, you know, if you if you don't know how to come out to your coworkers, or if you're shy about it, give me a call. We'll talk about anything you would like to talk about. Let's get some more conversation going. Now, whenever you hear coming out as a furry, and like I said before, I don't think furry is really a lifestyle. It's more of a hobby. You draw art for it. You talk about it to your furry friends. It's like owning a train set. Everyone around you who owns a train set will know what you're talking about. If you go up to a normal person and go, "Oh yeah, I have a furry friend who is definitely keen," they're gonna be like, "Who?" Or "I know a fox that's cool," "Who?" So, again, different levels for different kind of topics. You can't really talk to normal friends about furries, but you can't really you can talk about normal conversation of furries, like, if you have your one friend who is a great companion, that really gets you, and he's a furry, and you talk about your life and your sadness, but don't make sadness the one point you're trying to make, Sadness is always going to be sad, but don't, try to make positivity for everyone else. When you're discussing furries to a non-furry, don't go, "Well, it really doesn't turn out that." Let's see. BRB, I'm going to see if I can get of my furry friends on the stream. Well, yay! Get more people! Yeah! Okay. Let's see. The Famcom car can be a lifestyle or a hobby. Oh, okay, cool. I didn't even know that. Let's see. I want to hug you. Your fursuit is via... Well, I hope we can hug eventually someday. That'd be really nice, and I'd really appreciate it. Especially to you, Moon. You're cool. Let's see. For me, I'd say it's a lifestyle. Most of my friends are furry. Most of the vacations I took are to cons. Well, see, I don't think that's a lifestyle. I mean, hold on. Just because you're going to a furry convention and most of your friends are furry or anything like that, you guys got the same interests, Either you really like to... Because being furry can't just be one interest. You got to have more interest than being a furry. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. I know a guy named Rodney, okay? He likes hockey, and he's a furry, okay? So we're going to both click, obviously. We're gonna be talking about hockey, and we're going to be talking about furries. If you just have the furry thing going for you, you can't really get a good conversation out of a furry. Really, the most you can get, "What kind of conventions are you going to?" Oh, here's another one. Who's your favorite fursuit maker? Okay, so you're going to find conversations, but you're not going to find as much as a person who's like, "Yeah, I really want the Blues to win the cup. Yeah," or video games. A lot of furries have different video games too that they play a lot. Now I'm not going to be general and go, "Everyone plays furry games out there and that's all they play." No, because they don't. Like, I play sports. The only furry game that I might play is like Lucky Tale, and I played that through once, and I was like, "This is really fun. I'm a furry. I get it." That's cool. But that doesn't mean that everyone out there is going to play Lucky Tale, So you're going to have different conversations. You're going to have different situations, because your life's different than theirs. Just because you're both furry doesn't mean that your life isn't going to be different than the other person beside you. So, try to find other topics than just furries, because you're going to eventually run out of topics. Trust me. And then you're going to be like, "This guy just seems like he's hanging out awkward," Let's see. LOL, same churro. I like go 5 cons a year. Well, that's, again, cons are a different story, though, because cons aren't really a lifestyle. Cons are more like you go there, you have the same hobby as everyone, and, "Oh, I send them the links. Send them the links. Libs, whatever libs is. Limsk. I don't know. But whatevs. I get what you were saying there. Blue fox. Moon fox. Ugh, I can't say it. Don't read and try to like do that. It doesn't work out that well. Okay, so again, if you want to call in, my phone number is 717-839-3684. You can call in. We could talk about anything that you like, get the ball rolling. How did you come out as the furry fandom? Did you just say, oh, well, it's kind of like the Renaissance Fair, or it's kind of like, like superhero conventions? Because, you get these people with superhero conventions, and that's cool, that's fine, but they're made up characters that somebody else created. And, coming out as a furry too, that could be a challenge, like, oh, okay, so you're a furry. What kind of animal are you? Oh, now, you want to keep it as short as possible, okay? Don't go out there and go, I'm a fox, squirrel, raccoon, taco, lamp, hybrid. Because then they're going to be like, what the heck is that? What the heck are you talking about? You're all these hybrids into one? What? That's just going to question them more. So, what you do, you keep it short and simple. Oh, I'm a fox raccoon. And they're going to just ask, what is a fox raccoon? It's a fox rack? Rack of fox? I don't know. But, like, I don't know that. But, like, a wusky or, like, something that's like a wolf and a husky. It's like a mix of two. Which I never really got because I guess there is really wolves and huskies out there. So, it's like a hybrid of two different things. Whatevs. So, another thing that you have to realize that when you're, talking to normal people, all these normal people aren't going to know what exactly furries are. So, just keep that in mind. Don't expect them to know everything. Because I have a couple furry friends who, like, do that. Like, especially when they go to AC. You haven't heard of a furry? Oh, that's, like, so typical. Don't do that. Let's see. How are you, cute Dashing? Oh, I am doing fantastic. How are you? Let's see. Rubble. Let's see. You got the phone number. Save my phone. I hope you be at MFF. Well, I don't know yet. I can't say yes. I can't say no. If I have time off, I will. So, hopefully. So, now, if you want to call in, again, my phone number is 717-839-3684. You can give me a call. We can talk about any experience that you like. What kind of experiences have you been? I want to hear different experiences. Like, I came out as a furry and, like the other caller said, I didn't know there was another furry in the workplace. So, give me a call about that. You can give me a call about anything, and I'll certainly talk to you about anything you like. You can even do it off topic, too. I'm fine with that, too. As long as it's not, like, way off topic, Going, so what is your next con? That is a good question. I do not know. It is up in the air. I just started a new job about less than a year ago. So, I don't want to, like, go, oh my gosh, I'm going to this con. I'm setting a date. Don't know yet. My last con was Furthermore. So, I don't know yet. Until I, like, get a secure job. Because I'm a working fox. I'm a male fox, darn it. I'm a male fox. I deliver your mail for you. But, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I can't really say yes to or no to that positivity of when's my next con. My next con might be MFF just because it's kind of like in the time of year that I probably should get off because not a lot of people take off that time of year. So, possibly MFF. I'm going to give it a maybe. Like this. Don't know yet. So, hopefully that works out and maybe I will be at it. I love your suit. Oh, gee. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you love my suit. Let's see. What is your favorite rapper? Mine's Broly 55. I'm not a huge fan of rap. Not gonna lie. Maybe my my one person that like I am like listen to once in a while is oh shoot, what's his name? I don't really like rap that much, but I'm just trying to think of the name. I suck at names, people. Give me a second. I'll get back to you and do stuff like that. I think my next show is actually going to be a Q&A. So keep your questions to the Q&A, and then you can call me and we can have discussions about what is your favorite? Like, what's your favorite taco? Oh, from Taco Bell, of course. I don't know. So, let's see. I was also thinking about doing a list, like rank the fursuits, fursuit makers. What the heck? I could do that. That's cool, right? That's like the coolest thing everybody's doing now. I'm gonna rate everything. What the heck? Maybe I'll do that during a live stream too. Maybe we'll make it a live stream of rating the fursuits, and then I'll give your opinions on like fursuit makers, not fursuits. I don't want to be rating like Strawberry or whatever the heck his name is, and then him commenting me going, "Why are you rating my suit, bro? Are you like against me? You gave me a C. How dare you?" I don't want to do that. I just want to rate fursuit makers. So maybe I'll do that in the future. Q&A, yes, it would be fun. Last Q&A I did was kind of like on the fence. Like, was it successful? Maybe. I'm going to try to do these every Thursday now. Thursday is going to be the dashing night to turn to. As long as my job keeps steady and I don't have to work that much, Thursday nights are going to be the night that where you have to look for me and see if I'm going to be on, because I'm thinking around 6:30. I think this was a good time to start. But yeah, no, coming out as a furry can be very difficult, but it can also be very easy. You just gotta know how to do it. A perfect thing would be to exactly what the guy did. Compare it to something that's like a let's like it. Like a Renaissance fair or a favorite. Like superheroes. Superheroes and furries are kind of like the same, but they're not the same, because Renaissance fair is more furry than a superhero. So I'd probably say Renaissance fair is really good. You're a mix of fox and husky. Am I correct? No, I am a fox. I am an Arctic fox. I'm trying to get a new suit that makes it more of the Arctic fox. Now, I don't know if it's going to be as cute as the suit. I think the eyes just really make the suit really pop. I think the eyes really did it. The person who did these eyes are great. I can see pretty okay in these, except for reading comments, because sometimes. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Wolf. So, again, if you want to call in, my phone number is 717-839-3684. You can give me a call. We could talk about any type of coming out of furry that you might have had experience. Have you come out as a furry? My Telegram, too, if you want to call me through Telegram, I have the phone right here. I can have proof that you will be online. I can play some music because it's hooked up to my computer. And you want to call in, you can call in through Telegram, which is at dashingfoxie, or you can call in at 717-839-3684. Give me your experience. How was your coming out, as a furry? Was it painful? Was it scary? Did you have problems explaining it to people? I really want to hear some more feedback. The only way to help each other out is by more feedback. It's the best way to do it, and maybe it'll help you out in more experiences in life. If you do want to come out of the furry. Now, if you don't want to come out of the furry, again, not going to go, "Why aren't you coming out as one of those furries? How dare you?" No, I'm not going to do that, because every situation's unique, like the workplace. Nobody knows that I'm a furry at the workplace. I don't even want them to know. It was funny, actually, today. Somebody was saying they were going over to England. And I was like, "Oh, are they a furry?" And then he's like, "Oh, I'm doing a Liverpool mile walk, and I had to search it, and I was like, yeah, darn it. I was hoping he'd be a furry. Maybe another furry to talk to. You know, somebody that, like, will share my furriness in some way. But, unfortunately, his story checked out, and he wasn't a furry. So, don't know who goes the whole way to London to run in a marathon. Now, you know, granted, if you want to do that, that's cool. I just would rather go to a furry convention than go to a marathon. Let's see. I'm a doggo. Everybody, meanwhile, okay. Be back in 6 minutes and 9 seconds. Wow, that is very oddly Pacific, Moon. That's crazy. Okay, so now, also too, if you're coming out of the furry new, you know, like I said before, you know, come out like, you know, throw hints. You know, you at the workplace, throw hints. You know, put a sticker on your cubicle. Put a sticker, you know, somewhere that, you know, people are going to be like, I see it, but I'm not going to get it unless if, you know, I know what a furry is. If you're coming out to your parents, don't just, you know, try to have a civilized conversation with them. You know, that's what parents want to do. You know, they don't, you know how when you're a kid and they get really annoyed by you screaming, I want candy, I want all this cool stuff, you know. They're gonna do the same exact thing if it's like, I want to be a furry, and then they're gonna be like, what? So, and then it's gonna cause tensions, and it's gonna cause like all this other stuff. So, if you do want to come out with your furry as a parent, instead of yelling it to the heavens, going, oh my gosh, I'm a furry, you know, try to have a civilized conversation with them. You know, talk to them like you're talking to one of your furry friends. You know, don't talk about, you know, okay, maybe not like one of your furry friends, okay. Because they're not going to get that, you know, like, bark, bark. And then they're going to be like, I think my son's turned into a dog. I'm kind of scared now. So, you know, just talk to them. You know, compare and contrast to what other furry things that might be furry, but they're not exactly furry. So, like, kind of like cartoons, too. Cartoons are like that, too, you know. You get your parents who are like, oh, cool, you know, you're watching all these cartoons and they're anthropomorphic animals. They're not gonna know what that is, you know. So, yeah. But I think I'm gonna end this stream here. It was a very interesting stream. I got to talk to 2 different people. If you do want to call in, you've got exactly 5 minutes to call in. And, because I'm probably going to leave here very soon. We're probably going to extend this to, 1:30. We're going to go 1 hour and 30 minutes. If you want to call in, my phone number is 717-839-3684. Let me write that in the comments right now. And what we can do is we can have a nice discussion on your coming out as a furry. You know, or maybe you haven't come out of the furry and you want to try to find some sort of technique to come out of the furry. Let me also put my Telegram number on here, or my Telegram. So if you want to call me on Telegram, you can go ahead and call me on Telegram. We can have a nice conversation over Telegram. If you're out of country, you know, I've already had a British dude the other week call me, and we were discussing. So, if you want to call me on Telegram, that's perfectly fine too. We have. Can I call you? Can I call you on your next live stream? Yes, you can call me on my next live stream. My next live stream is probably gonna be a Q&A with phone calls. Like, I think that's what my title is gonna be: Q&A with phone calls. But still, I gotta come out with, you know, maybe, I gotta come out with something with the, you know, the segment for, calling me. Because this segment's kind of just like, call in, you know. I need to come out with a segment just so people know what I'm talking about. Maybe, call to dash. Call to dashing? No, that sounds stupid. I don't know. Maybe you need to, like, find some sort of thing. But please, if you are interested and you want to talk, my phone number is down there. Give me a call. You got 5 minutes to do. Actually, like, Yeah, like 5 minutes. I'll give you 5 minutes until 1:25. Then I'll hang up the phone lines and we will almost call it a night. Hey, James. Hello. He's from New Jersey, like me. Yay! We have something in common. But see, you know, if you do want to come out as a furry in the workplace, you know, and you see somebody, again, who has like the same exact thing, like anime. Anime is a good one. A lot of people watch anime. Like, even in our states, like my dad watches anime, and this is kind of how I came out as a furry to my dad. I was like, oh, I noticed that you're watching anime. Oh, that's cool. Oh, by the way, I'm a furry. And he said, what's a furry? It's kind of like anime. It's, you know, like I showed him furry animes and he was like, oh, you're like that. And it was like, yeah, I'm kind of like that. It was cool. It was a cool introduction to it. We got some laughs. He said, are you actually buying one of those suits? And I said, probably in the future. And I told him how much the suit was. And he was like, okay, maybe I'll scale back on a little bit. But, you know, I really enjoyed my suit. So, but if you do want to talk, we got 3 more minutes to talk. You can call me. My cell phone does work. To prove it, I had other callers, but to prove it more, I will play a song from my phone and you can definitely see it. Hopefully it's a good song and it doesn't suck because I'm using free YouTube songs. So as to prove that my thing works, there it is. So if you call in, you can definitely hear yourself. We can have a nice conversation. And this time I have no technical difficulties to report. So thank God for that. So becoming out a furry can be a difficult thing. Which it is a difficult thing. Especially at the workplace. To your parents, it's not that difficult because you've known them all your life. Not really, like, unless if they're like really against it, then yeah. But like most of the time, your parents are the most understanding people that you have in your life. But coming out in the workplace is a lot harder because these are people you don't see all your life. You know, you don't go home and you see them. You know, that'd be kind of weird. It'd be like, oh, what are you doing in my home, Johnny? You know, that'd be weird. So it's kind of like brief conversations that you have with people in your workplace. You know, you don't have full out long conversations about how awesome, you know, now you might have like conversations like, you know, what kind of sports teams you like or where are you from? What are you doing? You know, are you working hard or hardly working? Those kind of conversations. But you're not going to have a full scale conversation like a furry would. You know, like when you talk about furries to another furry, you could talk for like 3 hours. No problem. Like no problem at all. Because you have more in common than the guy at the workplace. If that makes sense. So let's see. I hope you're having a wonderful day, Dashing. I am. I need to brush for your head. I need a brush for your head. Okay. I do need a brush. I probably should comb my head, but I never do. Thank you. I'm glad that you think I'm awesome. Take care of yourself, Dashing. Sounds like you might be getting sick. I am not getting sick. My allergies are getting me sick. I'm taking care of myself pretty well. It's just my allergies right now are going, oh, you don't want to be allergies. You know, so allergies are causing me to have problems with my nasal congestion. So, well, guys, you got exactly 1 minute to call in. If nobody calls in, I'm going to call it for the night. I really wish I could, you know, but again, think about it, right? Okay. When you're coming out of the furry, you know, think if you want to or not. You know, don't go out there and go, guys, I'm a furry. It's cool. You know, don't do that. Don't, especially if you're in an office space. How weird would that be if you just see some guy running into your office and like And even doing anything like, I'm a furry, or I just took a pee. I had to pee really bad. I really had to go. Yay! And then everybody going, good job. That's really good. Really good classic. Really good classic, you know. Because that's the same exact way as coming in as a furry, you know, yelling into the world. You know, not everybody's going to care. Not everybody's going to care. That doesn't mean that you should stop, like, saying that you're a furry, but, like, nobody's going to care that you're a furry. Just do it, subtle hints. Let's see. Later, Moon, I'll see you. It was nice seeing you, and I want to pet your head, Nova. Okay, I'm good. But, I think I'm going to end the stream. If you really like this, please share it around to your friends, you know. If you have a friend who is literally thinking about coming out to their parents, or, you know, they're scared to, or coming out to the office place, you know, don't hesitate to show them this video, you know. It might be an hour and 30 minutes long, but at least it's something to get them through the door, you know. They can skip through all, like, the nonsense and stuff. Also, I have a Patreon. It's down in the descriptions if you want to donate, like, $1. I would really appreciate that. Or $2, that's fine. Also, if you like this, please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate that. You know, get me more interested. I'm going to try to be more disciplined and try to do better work and do this a lot more. So, I'm going to try to get more disciplined. I'm going to try to, you know, improve this. Follow me on Twitter. You know, whatevs. And as always, this has been the Dashing Foxie Show. And thank you for watching. And I hope you have a dashing night. Bye. Thank you for watching Dashing Talks. And next week will probably be Q&As. Because Q&As are cool, dog. Bark, bark. So, actually, I'm a fox, so I don't know what I say. Caca? I don't know. But, thanks. Bye, and I hope you have a dashing night. Bye. Thanks for watching, and subscribe. Ooh.